Welcome to the first episode of Arch Based Ventures. Just kidding, this is episode -1, where we are going to explore a based Arch Linux distribution called Manjaro Linux. This Linux distribution is based on Arch Linux. SteamOS is one, but we're going to do Manjaro today as it's the one that most Arch users might first install on their system. So this is the official website of Manjaro Linux. This is where normally this is a great operating system based on Arch. It is rolling release like Arch, and it's like things like under your control. Things like under your control, configured with one click. New graphics card. Manjaro speaks the language. Like that. Useful for everyone. Well, useful as in no using Arch Linux. But here we go. Gamers. Okay, screw off. Okay, sorry, that's an ad on my browser. I'm running Windows 10 right now, but we are going to see what we're doing here. So, gamers, that's for me. Steam. Yeah, Steam on Linux. Proton support. This 0.AD, what's that? 502 bar gateway. God damn it. Home users. LibreOffice. Complete Office Suite. Thunderbird email client. Firefox web browser. And then fresh and stable. Based on Arch Linux to Manjaro unstable. Based on Arch Linux, there we go. It's based on Arch. So you don't have to cry about in the comments saying Manjaro is not Arch Linux. Here are so we're gonna go back on the web page and go into dry Manjaro. Here we go. And there's additions on Manjaro that you can try. It's the same as doing sudo pacman -s than your desktop environment, but they add apps and all that for you, which I can that people like. So here's XFCE, the one I used in season 1.5 of Arch Linux Ventures. Here's KDE Plasma, which is amazing. I like KDE, one of my favorite desktop environments of all time. And here's GNOME, Ubuntu type desktop environment. Most distributions like Ubuntu use GNOME. So I like KDE, so I get KDE. And mostly when you go to download Manjaro, that you get the base 64-bit version, which is this one. Then you have the minimal install, which is no additional software. Then you have minimal LTS. That's that's like long-term support for those old laptops, desktops, or whatever. Or you like to have a long-term support kernel, just because you don't want to update the kernel every few months or so. So to re-download, most people don't do this, but some people do. So download the ISO. You get the SHA1. You use something like Windows PowerShell to compare the SHA1. Then you get the GBG key. Then check the signatures on that. Then and if it matches all these two, then you're okay. But if it fails, don't use. If it fails, don't use. Right. So I have we have a Manjaro VM. This is not my actual installation, so we haven't installed Arch Linux yet. So on my second laptop, by the way, that will be coming in episode 0, which we are going to install next. So here's Manjaro, and this is what we will get to, and this is our prime objective when we do the real thing on Arch. Okay, so we're gonna close this, and I noticed there's differences with with Manjaro. First, the application launcher menu and the theme. Dolphin, it has that green background, this nice square, nice mounting background, and it has workspace switches, which normally needs to happen on Arch normally. Then you have news, which is good. What is this? MA tray. But I really wish there's a Arch Linux type dealio of this, but we'll just exit out. A very good GUI package manager. I still want to use Pacman, but it's great to use Pamac and it's normally on Manjaro system by default. So there we go. There's this thing. What if I press F12? Pops up a terminal, and it has CSH on by default. So none of that ISO. You have that username at name, but people like that, But yes, I noticed. Yeah, sounds there, but we won't get into that. USB device, that's where you normally use that, and the same networks interface in KDE. So what's so different about Manjaro compared to Arch? You get the desktop environment, which is KDE Plasma. I'm using the KDE version. But look at all these applications. Yes, you get all the same stuff, but you get app image launchers. You get Firefox pre-installed. You have the KDE image viewer, G-Smart Control, which I don't use. I don't use HP Device Manager. HTOP appears on the menu. Kate gets installed by default. KCal, KDE Connect. One of the things that you can do is connect a mobile phone, like Android device, and then check your SMS messages on the go, not on the computer, which is excellent, but about 25% way there. Notification appear on your desktop, and it's good as usual. KDE Partition Manager. I use Gpod, Kfind, Kget, Download Manager. Yes, Console, which is very good. Terminal, which is Terminal. KSysGuard, System Auditor, Ksystem Log, and then you have KDE Wallet Management Tool. Steam's pre-installed, which is nice, so we can get into gaming right away. 3 KDE image viewers, then there's Firefox, then there's a torrent client, Qbit torrent. Transmission or BitTorrent would be one of my most alternatives, but Qbit torrent's on the system. Thunderbird, excellent email client, built-in email client. I use the webmail version of Gmail. VLC, mostly the favorite music/video software of all time, which you should get. If you don't have it, the VLC webs. Go on, Google search VLC. Why did I say Google? I totally despise Google. Except for YouTube and any other Google services that I use, like Drive. GSA. What is Eliza? No, not G2 test utility. I want to find out what is this Eliza thing. Oh, it's a music player. Nothing else. We might not install it on our Arch build, but we might do it in the future. open only Office. Well, not surprising. I used this back in the day when then somebody used up an X card for me. Good. There's differences to Manjaro here. One of them is on a full installation. Is that you? No, don't cut that out. So mostly on Manjaro installations, there is the Manjaro settings manager, which is this one, which is this. And what's different with Arch is that you can select any kernel, edit and upgrade your kernel through the settings manager. If Arch has this, if I had this in my Arch build, I can select kernels, but locale settings that I usually just set these in command line based systems. User accounts, that's what I would use the user add command, but that'll be bad. Time and date. I usually have these, but okay, these hardware configuration. I know. This is a VM. It would display the NVIDIA drivers right on the screen. I can select proprietary or open source directly. I don't have to go through all that things where I have to install NVIDIA drivers, put all the modules and all that. But I like Arch because it doesn't have all this blow. Rebooting the blow ourselves. So that's it. This is a short bite-sized episode of what we're gonna do. Okay, so but we're going to find out what they did for the theme. You see, there's something different with the system settings. They changed the theme to the Manjaro background. I'm going to switch to dark mode because you like it, and let's look at the dark mode. Did it change? No, let's just switch it to Rainbow Night for you. So mostly this is the dark mode theme, and yeah, dark mode theme, nice. Appearance. Mostly Manjaro added some. So Manjaro added some free global themes to the pre-existing KDE install, which is Breath Dark, and Breath Light. They changed the splash screen to the Breath theme, two Breath styles. So they changed it up so it says Manjaro. Mostly it's this one on a Arch Linux, on a base Arch Linux install. Then they changed the SDDM to this one, where it has, then it's slightly different to the Breeze one, but Manjaro added the mounting backgrounds and all that. So they added this drop down terminal, which is great, but they did a few changes at the top. Mostly it's when you go to appearance, you hit home. Mostly when you up the appearance section, Manjaro. There we go. Hardware configuration. They added this hardware configuration, which we already saw. Kernel, which we already saw. And language packages that we already saw. What did I do? System D, which is fine. I really like it if Arch Linux had it, so I can use System D in the system settings menu. But I'm not sure. Base KDE might have this. Then they modify the system to output as Manjaro Linux. I'm gonna pop up the terminal to do a new fetch. Just to show you, they actually changed the Arch Linux logo to the Manjaro logo, which is kind of good. But do I have bash top on this? No. Let's try that. Can I do this? It's not gonna budge. It is budging. Why is it budging? I thought it was not gonna budge. Let's just do bash top really quick. Does it display Manjaro Linux somewhere on the system? I need to see if there's special Manjaro applications. Yeah, it is Manjaro. It's using a base memory like Manjaro. It's using 1.6 gigs. I'm just checking if there's anything Manjaro related on the processors, which it should have because it's Manjaro related. Because Manjaro has, there's like 161 processors. One of them is not one. It is running, and I stress the core enough, but there, and then we'll exit because we can. Right, we're gonna shut down the system. I don't know. Maybe it's this. So we're gonna shut down the system, and then we're gonna end it here. So thank you for watching episode -1 of Arch Linux Adventures Season 2. I wanted to show off Manjaro Linux, a fork of Arch Linux. It is based on Arch, and it does have all the same things as Arch, but they changed some things around. So new fetch outputs it as Manjaro Linux, and when you go to system settings about the system, it says Manjaro Linux on there. So anyway, thank you for watching this episode. See you next time where we install the regular Arch Linux and go from completely nothing to a GUI experience. So thanks for watching. This has been RequiredTech, and I'm gonna see you later. Bye now.